Have you ever felt it? The heavy weight of a quiet house. The phone sits silent on the table. The day stretches before you, a vast and empty landscape. You are independent, you are capable, you are strong, and yet you feel a quiet ache, a hunger for something you can't quite name. It's not for a grand event or a dramatic conversation. It's for something much smaller, much simpler. It is the simple human echo of connection. What if I told you that the most powerful antidote to the loneliness that can creep in during our later years isn't found in big gatherings or busy schedules, but in the small, fleeting, often overlooked moments of everyday life? What if the key to feeling seen, to feeling connected, to feeling vibrantly alive was hidden in plain sight, in a simple skill we often dismiss? Hello, my dear friends, and a very warm welcome back to Elderflowerings. I am so honored that you have chosen to be here for this heartfelt conversation. Today, we are going to talk about something that might seem small, but I promise you, its impact is immense. We are going to talk about the profound power of small talk, especially for those of us who are navigating the quiet and independent journey of living alone as a senior. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Small talk? I can't be bothered with that. It's just empty words about the weather. I used to feel that way myself. In a world that often feels superficial, we crave depth and meaning. But what I have learned through years of listening and observing is that these small, casual conversations are the very threads from which the strong fabric of community and well-being is woven. They are not the opposite of deep connection. They are often the very first step toward it. For many seniors living alone, these brief, friendly exchanges can become lifelines, powerful ways to break through the walls of isolation, to boost our mood, and to gently remind ourselves that we are still a vital part of this bustling, beautiful world. Today, we're going to explore 5 powerful reasons why small talk is your secret weapon against loneliness. We'll delve into the science behind it, its surprising benefits, and simple, gentle ways to make these small connections easier and more joyful, even if you've always considered yourself shy or introverted. So, if you're ready to discover how a simple hello can change your day and even your health, I invite you to settle in. The small conversation we're about to have might just change the way you connect with the world around you. The power of small talk for seniors living alone. Beat loneliness and stay connected. Reason number 1. It rewires your brain for happiness. The science of connection. Let's begin with what's happening inside our magnificent brains. You might wonder, can something as fleeting as a casual chat with the cashier truly affect my health? The answer from neuroscience is a resounding yes. The deeper truth. When we engage in a positive social interaction, even a very brief one, our brain releases a wonderful neurochemical called oxytocin. You may have heard it called the love hormone or the bonding hormone. Think of it as a natural internal source of calm and well-being. This powerful hormone works to lower the levels of cortisol, our primary stress hormone. It calms anxiety, fosters feelings of trust and safety, and promotes a gentle sense of happiness and connection. For a senior living alone who may not have the daily physical touch or close presence of a partner to stimulate this release, creating it through social interaction becomes even more vital. Each friendly exchange is like a small, healthy dose of your body's own natural antidepressant. On the flip side, we now know that chronic loneliness isn't just an emotional state of feeling sad. It is a physiological state of stress. Research has definitively linked prolonged loneliness to higher risks of depression, accelerated memory loss, a weakened immune system, and even heart disease. This makes the small, seemingly insignificant act of engaging in brief, positive conversations a powerful, proactive tool for your health. That friendly chat with your neighbor about their garden or the kind word you exchange with the librarian isn't just polite, it is a form of healing. It's a tiny yet meaningful way you can actively care for your mental, emotional, and even your physical well-being every single day. A gentle action. Tomorrow, make a small goal to have one brief, pleasant interaction. It could be complimenting the barista on their cheerful attitude or asking the person behind you in line about the interesting book they're holding. Notice how that small moment of connection makes you feel afterwards. That warmth, that's the science of happiness at work. Reason number 2, it rebuilds your social muscle, the skill of connecting. For many people, especially those who might be naturally introverted or have become more solitary over time, the thought of initiating a conversation can feel awkward or even intimidating. What will I say? What if they don't want to talk to me? These are common fears. The second powerful reason to embrace small talk is that it acts as a gentle, low-stakes exercise to rebuild and maintain your social muscle. The deeper truth. Social interaction is a skill, and like any muscle, it can weaken from disuse. If you've been living alone for some time, or if your social circle has shrunk due to life's changes, your confidence in starting and sustaining conversations can wane. You can get out of practice. The thought of attending a large gathering or having a long, deep conversation can feel overwhelming. Small talk is the perfect solution. It's the social equivalent of a gentle warm-up stretch. It's low pressure. There are no heavy topics, no expectations for a deep, soul-bearing exchange. It is simply the practice of being open and friendly in brief, manageable doses. Let's imagine a gentleman we'll call Arthur. After his wife passed, his home grew quiet, and so did he. He missed conversation, but felt he'd forgotten how. The thought of going to a community dinner felt terrifying. His therapist gave him a simple assignment. Start with a single hello. The next day at the park, he saw another man his age sitting on a bench. His heart pounded, but he took a breath and said, "It's a beautiful morning, isn't it?" The man smiled and agreed. That was it. But for Arthur, it was a victory. The next day, he commented on someone's beautiful dog. Day by day, these tiny interactions rebuilt his confidence. They were the gentle repetitions that strengthened his social muscle until, a few months later, he felt comfortable enough to attend that community dinner, where he ended up having a wonderful, longer conversation. A gentle action. Start with a smile. A warm, genuine smile is a universal invitation. It breaks the ice better than any words and signals that you are friendly and open. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of a question that can be answered with a simple yes or no, try asking something that invites a slightly longer response. Instead of, "Nice weather, isn't it?" try, "What are you enjoying most about this lovely weather?" Use your environment. Look around you for a conversation starter. Comment on something you notice. "Those flowers in your garden are just stunning." Or, "That new shop across the street looks interesting. Have you been in yet?" This keeps the conversation natural and relevant. Remember, the goal is not to have a perfect, witty conversation. The goal is simply to connect. The more you practice these small, gentle exchanges, the easier and more natural they become. It truly is a skill that can be rebuilt. Have you ever felt out of practice socially? What was a small step that helped you feel more comfortable connecting again? Sharing your experience could be so encouraging for someone else. Reason number 3. It creates a web of safety and community. The third reason why small talk is so vital goes beyond social benefits and touches upon something deeply practical: your personal safety and security. The deeper truth. When you live alone, one of the quiet, underlying fears can be, what if something happens to me and no one notices? This is a valid concern. Small, regular interactions with the people in your immediate environment, your neighbors, your mail carrier, the cashier at your local market, the barista at your coffee shop, weave an invisible but incredibly strong web of safety around you. When these people are used to seeing you and exchanging a few friendly words with you on a regular basis, they become familiar with your patterns. They know you typically pick up your mail around 10 a.m. They know you go for a walk every afternoon. They know you come into the shop for a newspaper on Tuesdays. If that pattern is suddenly broken for a day or two, they are more likely to notice. That friendly cashier might think, I haven't seen Mrs. Peterson this week. I hope she's all right. Your neighbor, accustomed to your daily greeting, might feel prompted to knock on your door or give you a call if they haven't seen you for a couple of days. This isn't about being nosy. It's about the natural, protective function of a connected community. These casual acquaintances become a network of people who are, in a sense, quietly looking out for you, often without even consciously realizing it. It creates a safety net built on simple, everyday human recognition. A woman in an online forum shared a powerful story. She had lived alone for years and made a point of always having a brief, friendly chat with her mail carrier, a young man named Tom. One winter, she slipped on some ice on her porch and couldn't get up. She was cold and scared. After about an hour, Tom arrived on his route. Noticing her mail from the previous day was still in the box and that her curtains weren't open as usual, he felt a nudge that something was wrong. He knocked, and when there was no answer, he called for help. "That simple daily chat we had," she wrote, "very likely saved me from a much worse fate." Gentle action. Make an effort to be a regular in your daily environment. Learn names. Try to learn the name of your regular cashier or the librarian. Using someone's name is a powerful way to build a connection. Be consistent. If you have a daily walk, try to do it at roughly the same time. Let your presence be a gentle, familiar part of your neighborhood's rhythm. Share a tiny detail. A simple, "I'm looking forward to my grandson's visit this weekend," creates a thread of connection and gives people a small, positive window into your life. These small acts of being seen and known are not just socially pleasant, they are a profound investment in your personal safety and peace of mind. Reason number 4, it breaks the cycle of negative thoughts. The fourth reason small talk is so powerful is about what it does for our inner world. When we spend a lot of time alone, our minds can sometimes get stuck in a rut, looping through the same old worries, regrets, or negative thought patterns. A brief, positive external conversation can act as a powerful pattern interrupt, effectively breaking the cycle of internal rumination. The deeper truth. Loneliness can be a breeding ground for negative thinking. When there are no outside voices or new stimuli to engage with, our own inner critic can become the loudest voice we hear. We might dwell on a past mistake, worry about our health, or fret about the future. This internal focus can be draining and can lead to anxiety or a low mood. A simple moment of small talk forces your brain to shift its focus. It calls you out of your internal world and into the present moment, into a shared reality with another person. You have to listen to what they are saying, which interrupts your own thought loop. You have to formulate a response, which activates different parts of your brain. The simple act of smiling and being pleasant releases positive neurochemicals that can instantly lift your mood. Think of it like being in a stuffy room. You might not even realize how stale the air has become until someone opens a window, letting a fresh breeze blow through. A small conversation is like opening a window for your mind. It lets in fresh air, a new perspective, and a reminder that there is a whole world outside of your own internal worries. I once knew a gentleman who was grieving the loss of his wife and found his days filled with sad, repetitive thoughts. His daughter encouraged him to simply walk to the local coffee shop each morning, even if he just got a tea and sat for 10 minutes. He started exchanging a few words each day with the barista and the other morning regulars. He told me, those silly little conversations about the weather or the local sports team, they were nothing. But for 10 minutes, they made me stop thinking about my grief. They were a lifeline. They reminded me that life, in all its simple ways, was still going on. This idea of using connection as a tool to shift our own internal state is so empowering. It's a reminder that we don't have to be passive prisoners of our own thoughts. Reason number 5. It affirms your existence and says, I am here. This final reason is the most profound of all. It goes to the very heart of what it means to be human. Every small act of social connection, every friendly exchange, is a powerful affirmation of your existence. It is a quiet but clear declaration to the world and to yourself that says, I am still here. I am seen. I matter. The deeper truth. One of the most painful aspects of aging for many, especially for those living alone, is a growing feeling of invisibility. When the phone rings less, when you're no longer part of a bustling workplace, when your role as an active parent has shifted, it can be easy to start feeling like you faded into the background of a world that seems to be rushing on without you. This feeling of being unseen can be deeply damaging to the spirit. Small talk is a direct antidote to this invisibility. When the cashier makes eye contact with you and asks about your day, you are seen. When your neighbor waves and calls out your name from across the street, you are recognized. When a fellow person in the park smiles and comments on your lovely dog, you are acknowledged. These are not trivial moments. They are tiny but essential acts of social recognition that confirm your place in the human community. They are sparks of connection that feed your soul and reinforce your sense of value and belonging. For someone who might go the rest of the day without speaking to another person, these small exchanges can be incredibly nourishing. They are reminders that you are not a ghost. You are a living, breathing, valuable member of your community. I remember my own dear friend Mary after she moved to a new neighborhood following her husband's death. She felt utterly isolated and invisible. She didn't know a soul. One day, with great effort, she decided to simply greet the mail carrier with a smile and a hello each day. That small gesture started a friendly exchange. Just a few words about the mail, the weather, but eventually it grew. They learned each other's names. That small daily talk didn't just fill the silence, it lifted Mary's spirits profoundly. It gave her a sense of belonging in her new community. It was her first anchor. Mary's story shows that even the smallest conversation can be the start of something beautiful and supportive. It's a skill you can learn, and it's never too late to start. a gentle action. Set a small, achievable goal for yourself today. Perhaps just saying a genuine hello to one person you encounter. Try smiling at a neighbor, chatting briefly with your pharmacist, or asking the barista at the coffee shop about their favorite blend. These little interactions have a big impact on your day and on theirs. You have the power to brighten not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. So please, take that first step. Reach out with a smile and a kind word. Your world can become warmer, friendlier, and more connected, one small talk at a time. Final thoughts. The art of weaving a connected life. As we bring our heartfelt conversation to a close, I hope it has become clear that small talk is not small at all. It is one of the most fundamental and accessible tools we have to combat loneliness, to nurture our well-being, and to maintain our vibrant connection to the world, especially when we are living alone. The 5 reasons we've explored today, how it rewires our brain for happiness, rebuilds our social muscle, creates a web of safety, breaks the cycle of negative thoughts, and affirms our very existence, all point to a single beautiful truth. Connection matters, and it is often built from the smallest of threads. A fulfilling life in our later years isn't always about grand adventures or large social gatherings. More often, it's about the quality of our daily moments. It's about the warmth of a shared smile, the comfort of a familiar greeting, the simple joy of a brief, friendly exchange. These are the moments that weave together to create a rich and resilient tapestry of a life well lived. Please never underestimate the power you hold to create these moments for yourself and for others. Every hello matters. Every kind question counts. Every smile you offer can light up someone's world, including your own. Thank you so very much for spending this precious time with me today here at Elderflowerings. I truly hope you found some value and inspiration in our conversation. If this video helped you see how meaningful even the smallest connection can be, I would be so honored if you would take a moment to like it and share it with a senior you care about, perhaps a family member, a neighbor, or a friend who could use a little gentle encouragement to reach out and connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Elderflowerings channel. We are dedicated to building a caring community where no one feels isolated or forgotten, sharing tips, stories, and support for living well and embracing life fully at every age. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one small way you plan to practice the art of small talk this week? Your intentions can inspire us all. Until next time, take wonderful care of yourself, reach out to someone today, even in a small way, and keep smiling, because your kindness and your connection can truly light up the world around you. Be well.